Hello guys, welcome to the Selenium Training Day 2. I'm Anshul Chauhan from EasyBix, and today we are going to start the Selenium test implementation. This is the first day, and here we will see how can we design your first Selenium test scripts. So let's start with the high level agenda. So today we are going to see how we can download and configure the Selenium in our Eclipse, the architecture of the Selenium WebDriver. The next thing what we will see is how can we invoke the browser using Selenium, and the next thing what will we see, first test script in Selenium, how can you design your first test script using Selenium, and then we will see the assertion in the Selenium. So these are the 5 topics what we are going to discuss in today's training. So let's start with the first topic. It's not executable file, so you can't install it in Windows. Even you can't install it in Ubuntu or Solaris. You can't install it. To use the Selenium, you need to download the Selenium from its official website, and then you need to configure it within your Eclipse. Okay, and to use the Selenium, you need to import the Selenium jar file in your Eclipse project, and you can use it. So the prerequisite for using the Selenium is Java should be installed in your machine. Prerequisite for the Selenium: the first thing, Eclipse should be installed on your machine. Second thing, Java should be installed on your machine. Okay, so let's see how we can do this, how we can from where we can download the Selenium, from where how can we configure the Selenium. Okay, so just open the Google and type download Selenium, and in the very first link you will get the Selenium official site link, www.seleniumhq.org download. So you just need to click it. Once you will click it, just scroll down a bit, and here we will get some kind of links. We are getting Java, C#, Ruby, Python, JavaScripts. So these are the language, and these are the direct download links in front of the language. So it means the download link available in front of Java is available for the projects who want to use Java with the Selenium. The download link present in front of the C# is available for those people who want to use C# with the Selenium. So we are going to use Java with the Selenium, so we will click on this link, and it will start the downloading. Just a minute. So you can see we have downloaded zip file of the Selenium 3.4. To use it, we need to extract that zip file. So we are using extractor, so it will extract here. Okay, so we have extracted the zip file, the Selenium zip file. In this zip file, you can see we have a lot of jars available in this zip file. So to use the Selenium, first we need to create a Java project, then we need to import these jar files in that particular project. So we will see how we can do that, how we can create a new project. So just open up a Selenium, click on the link file, click on new, and choose Java project. Okay, write down the project name. I am writing down in EasyBix YT, and click on finish. You can see I have created the new project EasyBix YT. Okay, so import the Selenium jar files, or to import any jar file in the Java project, you need to right click on your project, then go to the build path. In the build path, you need to go to the configure build path and click on it. Here you need to click on the libraries. In the libraries, you are getting a lot of options. So we need to add the external libraries. So we will click on the external jars. After the click on external jars, you need to go to the location where you have extracted your Selenium. So I have extracted inside the Selenium Java 3.4. I will go inside the lib file, and I will press Ctrl A to select all jars and click on open. So you can see it has imported all my jar files, but we have one more jar file to include. This is client combined 3.4 node.js file, which is outside the lib folder. So we will import it as well. Now click on OK. So you can see a new folder has been created inside your project called reference libraries. You need to extract it to verify that particular jars have been imported or not. So you can see all jars available in your lib file has been imported inside your reference libraries. So this is the way how you can configure or download and configure the Selenium in your project, inside your project. So we have created a Java project, we have downloaded the Selenium, and we have easily imported all the jar files inside our Java project. So this is the way how we can download the and configure the Selenium project. The next thing what we are going to discuss is the architecture of the WebDriver. So WebDriver architecture, we can define the WebDriver architecture in 3 layers. The first layer is called the binding, the second layer is Selenium WebDriver API itself, and the third layer is browsers. So what is binding? So binding is something which is used to implement the Selenium code. The programming languages which we use for the Selenium code to write down our test scripts are called or comes in the binding. So the binding languages communicate with the WebDriver API. Now we comes to WebDriver API. What is WebDriver API? So WebDriver API is something which interprets the command taken from the binding and transfer this command to the respective browser driver. So using these binding languages, we will prepare our test scripts. These test scripts, WebDriver Selenium API get the command from the binding languages, interpret it, and directly fire it to the respective browser. So the third layer which comes is the browser. So these browsers, Selenium use particular drivers, Selenium use drivers to understand the languages or to invoke the particular browsers. So drivers interpret the commands sent by the WebDriver API and send it to the respective browser. Suppose we want to invoke the Chrome, then we need to configure the Chrome driver. And suppose we want to invoke the Firefox, then we need to configure the Gecko driver. Same for the IE, we need to configure the IE driver server. So in Selenium we have a different browser drivers to dedicated to different browsers. We using these drivers, we can easily open up these browsers. So this is the architecture of the Selenium, what we have seen. The next thing what we are going to discuss is how we can invoke the browser in the Selenium. So we will to invoke the browser in the Selenium, we need to write down some code, we need to write down some test scripts that will invoke the browser using the Selenium code. So the very first thing to execute the Selenium script, we need 3 things: the Selenium script itself, and the web browser what we need to invoke, and the Selenium jar files. So we have right now we have only one thing. We have already configured the Selenium jar files in our project, and yeah, as you can see, I am getting the Chrome icon here, I am getting the Firefox icon here. So we will invoke the Chrome. So I have the web browser installed in my machine itself. What I need to do, I need to write down a Selenium script. So in a very short time we will see how we can write down the Selenium scripts to invoke the web browser. Okay, to invoke the web browser, now we will see what are the prerequisites or the requirements to invoke the browser using the Selenium scripts. So to invoke browser like Chrome with Selenium, we need to do some kind of we need to follow some steps. I have mentioned some steps here. So the very first thing, we need to download the Chrome driver. The second thing, define the Chrome driver path in the test scripts. The third thing, create the instance of the Chrome driver, and the next thing is open the web application. So we will see how we can do that. So again, to download the Chrome driver, we need to go to the official website of Selenium, and inside the download tab, you need to scroll down. Just scroll down a bit, and here in the third-party browser drivers, it is mentioned here the third-party browser drivers not developed by the Selenium HQ. So these are the third-party browser drivers which we need to configure in our project to invoke the browser. So we are going to invoke the Chrome. So we need to download the Chrome driver. So to download the Chrome driver, you just need to click on 2.29. It means currently the driver version which is compatible with the current Chrome browser is 2.29. So we will click it. And here we are getting a lot of things, a lot of link. So the Chrome driver for the Linux 32, Chrome driver for the Linux 64, Chrome driver for the Mac 64, and Chrome driver for the Windows 32. So for the Windows we have only single link, which is zip file. So to download the Chrome driver we need to click it. So we will click it. So you can see it has downloaded. It has already downloaded. So it's the zip file again, the Chrome driver win32.zip. So to get the Chrome driver we need to extract that zip. So we will extract it. So it has been extracted inside this location, and we are getting a Chrome driver.exe. So we have done our first thing. What we have done, we have downloaded the Chrome driver. So the next thing what we need to do, define the Chrome driver path in the test scripts. So let's see how you can write the test scripts. So inside the source, to write to design the test scripts, you need to design a class first. So get into class, and this is my first test script. So I will name it invoke browser, and I will finish it. Okay, so to write down the test scripts, we need to define some kind of public methods. So we will design a public method, public void open browser. Inside that particular open browser method, we will write down our code, we will write down our test scripts. So let's see how we can do that, how we can write down our code inside that particular open browser method. After implementing the method, or after declaration of the method, the next thing what we need to do, we need to set the path of our Chrome driver. As we have mentioned in the slide, define the Chrome driver path in the test scripts, because the Chrome driver, the instance of the Chrome driver will be invoked by the by the Chrome driver what we have already downloaded from the Selenium official Selenium site. So we need to tell about the driver to our project or to our test case, that from where you can read that particular driver. So that's why we need to write down system dot set property. It will accept the two parameters, the key and the value. So inside the key you will pass WebDriver dot driver dot WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver, and inside the value we need to pass the path of our file, the Chrome driver file. So the path of my file is this. Chrome driver dot exe. So this is the path of my file. Just a minute, I need to rewrite this. Is that fine? So this is the path of my Chrome driver. The C user, my name, this is inside the directory. C users, this is the directory, and this is my exe file, my executable file. But in Windows, if you will run this program, then definitely we are getting error. Why we are getting error here? Let me see. Okay, so invalid space. So with Windows, that particular code will fine. It will read down this code, but it will the particular code will be fail in Linux machine, or in Java we need to put double backward slash instead of the forward slash, like this. That's it. So you can see the error has been gone. Now next thing what we need to do, instantiate the Chrome driver. What we need to do, next thing what we need to do, create the instance of the Chrome driver. So create instance of Chrome driver. So how can we do that? So with the help of the WebDriver interface, we can create the instance of the Chrome driver. So WebDriver, and now we need to define the variable name, reference variable, new Chrome driver. So this is the way how can you create the instance of the Chrome driver. So this WebDriver is the interface and the Chrome driver is a class. So this is the very basic question in Java in Selenium interviews, how you can justify that WebDriver is a interface. So it's very easy to justify that WebDriver is an interface, because as we know we can't create the object of the interface. So let's try to create the object of the WebDriver. So you can see easily you are not able to get it, and it has already implemented some basic methods, because these methods are the part of the WebDriver interface. That's why you are not able, or you are not allowed to create the interface of the WebDriver. Okay, so we need to create the instance of the Chrome driver, because Chrome driver is the class which is implementing the WebDriver interface. Okay, now the next thing what we need to do, open the web application. So to open the web application we need to pass the URL of the web application. So in Selenium we can use get method to get the URL of the any web application. So suppose we need to open www.google.co.in. So once we will run this particular test case, it will invoke my Chrome browser and it will open the Google. So to navigate on a particular website, we use the get method of the driver. So let's execute it. Okay, so I'm getting some kind of error. Illegal stale exception. The driver executable does not exist at that particular location. So we have done some kind of mistake definitely. Otherwise the error was not scope chrome driver.exe. So let's do one thing, change the location of that particular file. I am making a directory inside this D drive, Chrome driver, and I will paste my file inside it. Now using the property I will get the complete path. So the Chrome driver is inside the d.chrome driver. So I will modify the same in my test script too. And now let's execute it again. I'm again getting the same error. What is the issue? Let me try to figure out the issue, why I am getting the particular issue. So I figured out it. Actually I was passing the wrong path here. I was mentioned Chrome driver 3, but my Chrome driver.exe file is present inside the Chrome driver at this location, Chrome driver location. So let's execute that particular code. Let's see how we can what we will get after this execution. So you can see it has invoked the Chrome driver and it has inserted the URL, the Google URL. So it has worked perfectly. So please note inside the URL, the HTTP, that particular protocol, you don't forget to mention the protocol. This is mandatory in case of Selenium. Okay, so this is the way how you can invoke the browser, using the Selenium WebDriver. So we have seen how you can invoke the browser in Selenium. The next thing what we will see is our first Selenium test, how you can create your first Selenium test script. Okay, so we will use Java as a binding language, and in the process of script creation we will use Java as a binding language, the Selenium WebDriver as a testing tool, and the TestNG. The TestNG is a testing framework which is used for the execution of Selenium code and reporting of the Selenium code. So we will use TestNG for the execution. So let's see the manual test case. What we need to automate, the manual test case we need to automate. We will verify the Yahoo website's homepage page title. So we will open the test browser, enter the URL in the browser and verify the homepage page title. Then we will close the browser. So you can see these are the manual steps, or this is my manual test case. So in the previous class, when we were learning about the automation, so in the definition I told you that automation is a process to automate the manual test case. So this is my manual test case. Now I will generate the automation script for my manual test case. So let's come to Selenium, let's come to Eclipse, create a new class, verify Yahoo title. Okay, inside the class we will declare a method public void verify title. Inside this verify title, first we need to do the same thing what we have done in the last test case. We need to invoke the browser, we need to create the invoke browser, but here we need to verify the title of the yahoo.com. so we need to insert the URL of the yahoo.com. so let's see what is the URL of the yahoo.com. Yahoo. So it's in.yahoo.com. so just copy it and paste it inside your test case. Done. So next thing, the particular command will open the home page of the Yahoo. So now we will need to verify the title of the Yahoo. So let's get the title of the home page. So using how we can get the title. So let's see how we can get the title. So declare a variable string actual title equals to driver dot get title. So using the get title method, you can get the title of the page title of the currently open page. Okay, this method will return the page title of the currently open page. So in the actual title you will get the title of the Yahoo. So let's see what is the title of the Yahoo. So to get the title you need to press Ctrl U. It will open the HTML source of the page. Here you will find the title. So the title is inside the title is Yahoo. So let's copy it. So we know that the page title of Yahoo is Yahoo. So we will keep it inside my variable Yahoo expected title. So this is the test case to verify the title of the Yahoo website homepage. So we know our expected title is Yahoo. It means the expected the title should be Yahoo, and we will get the page title at runtime using that particular command. Now we will see how we can compare, how you can validate the things, how you can compare the things inside the Selenium. So to compare the things or to compare the result, you need to use the assertion class. Assertion, assert. So using the assert, you are getting assert of 2 like JUnit. But we have seen we need to configure the TestNG, or we need to use the TestNG. So for the TestNG, first you need to configure the TestNG. To configure the TestNG in most of the Eclipse, TestNG is a predefined is auto installed. So just put down a command annotation, test annotation, and okay, we are not getting the TestNG here. Okay, no issue. To install the TestNG, we need to go to the help and we need to go to the Eclipse marketplace. Inside the marketplace, search TestNG. Search for TestNG. It will take some time. So after search, you will get the TestNG for Eclipse, and you need to click on the install button. Actually, it's already installed in my machine, so that's why I'm getting the message installed. So So we have already imported the TestNG library. So TestNG has installed in my Eclipse. So that's why I'm getting the TestNG library inside my project. Now to verify the assertion, or to compare the actual with the expected results. In the test in Selenium, we need to use the TestNG class, assertion class. So we will use assert equals. Okay, and in the first, as a first parameter, we need to pass the actual method. So we have already saved our actual data inside the actual title. So we will pass the actual title, and in the expected we will pass the expected. What is the expected and what is the expected title? So we will pass the expected title. So what it will do, it will compare the results for me. Okay, so let's do one thing before execute it. Let's change the method to the public static void main and execute the same test using the main method. Okay, so just comment down it and write down public static void main string args. Initialize the method body. Why I'm getting the error? Assertion. Okay, let's keep it inside the main. Okay, so any issue? I think we don't have any issue right now. So let's execute it. Let's execute the test. Using Java application. Execute using Java application. So you can see it will invoke the browser. Okay, it has inserted my URL inside the browser. Now the page is getting load. It's loading. Just wait. And it's loaded completely. And you can see in the console we are not getting anything. So whether we will know how we will verify the test is passed, or the test got failed. How we will verify? We are not getting any message in the console, and we have nothing to verify. So to avoid the problem, we need to use the TestNG annotations. So just comment out our method and put a annotation, because it's a test case. So we will put test annotation before the method, before the test method. Import the test annotation from the TestNG annotations. Okay, you can see the TestNG annotation test has been imported. Now right click on your test class, go to the run option and run it using the TestNG test. So TestNG will execute your test case. TestNG will execute this file. So you can see it will. We don't need any main method to execute the Java application, execute our test. It has been invoked my browser and inserted the website URL already. So let's wait for this. Let's wait to complete the page load. It has been loaded. Now verify your console. In console we are getting some kind of message which was missing last time. We are getting total test run 1, failure 1, skip 1, and here we have a new tab, results for the running test, verify Yahoo title. Just click on it and you will get the assets, default suits, default test, verify Yahoo title. This is my class, and verify title. This is my test. It is showing green. Green means the test case got passed. The test case is working fine. So this is the way, using TestNG, how can you execute your test case. So in using the TestNG, there are a lot of benefits. You will get the proper report of your test case, and you will easily generate the report, and you will easily get the output of your test cases. Okay, so this is the way how we can generate, how we can create the test scripts, and how we can execute your test script using TestNG and Selenium. So let's come to the next slide. Okay, the close browser, this functionality is still pending. So to close the browser, nothing we need to do. We again need to invoke the driver dot close. So it will close my browser. So let's execute the test one more time using the TestNG. Go to run, execute test using TestNG. So let's see how it will execute. So it will open the Google Chrome inside the Yahoo URL inside the Google Chrome. The page is getting load currently. So you can see the Selenium is waiting to get the page load completely. It is not performing any operation in between. We have performed some operation close and assertion. So it will close the browser after the complete page load. So it will automatically close the browser. So this is the way we have invoked the Chrome driver. We have inserted the URL. We have verified the home page title of the website, and then we have closed the browser. So our first test case has been executed successfully. So let's come to the next slide. Assertion in Selenium. So for the assertion, we need to use the TestNG assert class. Inside the TestNG assert class, we have a lot of test assertion methods. So assertion provides a mean for users to validate any kind of test. The assertion results are based on the comparison of the actual and expected result. We have already seen these things. So we have a different kind of methods in assertion. We will see one to one. Asserts equals. We have already seen the asserts equal inside our test case. In this method we was using assert equals. The next method is assertion assert not equals. So assert equals return true if the actual title and the expected title are same. We can try. We will change title in the expected title Yahoo. So this was not the homepage title of my Yahoo page. So let's execute the test. It will compare the expected and the actual title will come Yahoo and the expected is Yahoo. So assertion will fail. So let's see how it will impact my test case. So it is opening the browser. The Yahoo web page is getting loaded. The page is getting loaded. Let's wait for to complete the test case. It is still working. Okay, what happens it behind? So are you getting? The assertion got failed and browser is still open. It means after assertion no command will execute it. The close command will not execute because assertion got failed. We are getting a one failure. Let's see where we are getting the failure. So my test case is failed and I am getting the failure error java.lang.assertion error expected Yahoo but found Yahoo. So that particular assertion got failed. So if the actual and expected is not equal, then assertion equals will return the false value. Same like assertion equals, we have another method assert not equals. So let's assert not equals will return true in only case when the actual and expected doesn't match. If the value of the actual message and expected message is different, then assert not equals will return the true. It's just a negate case of the assertion equals. The next thing is the assert true. Assert true except let's see the practical example of assert true. Assert dot assert true. So you can see it can accept only only single parameter, which is a condition. So if the condition is true, then assert true will return the true. Otherwise it will return the false. So if the condition what we are putting as a parameter, it returns true, then the assertion will be passed. Otherwise the assertion will be failed. So using the assert true, we have another method assert false. So if the condition is false, then assert false will return the true. Otherwise it will return the false. So these are the four assertion methods in the Selenium in TestNG class, but we use Selenium to validate the actual and expected data. So this is for the day for today. So let's start from the very beginning what we have covered in today's slides. So we have covered the download configure Selenium, we have covered the Selenium WebDriver architecture and invoke WebDriver in Selenium. We have designed the first test case in Selenium, and we have covered the assertion as well. So thank you guys, thanks for your time. If you have any question, you can write down your question in comments and we will happy to answer you. Thank you so much. Thanks for your cooperation. Have a good day.